Presentation. The Mercedes-Benz GLS SUV, a 3-push lead, was until the point when a year ago known as just the GL. However, the S was added to its name to raise its stature, influence it to sound more like the S-Class cars, in light of the fact that Mercedes-Benz views it as the S-Class of SUVs. We believe it's nearby, yet not exactly. Not even with 2017 changes to styling, launch, infotainment, and powertrain. Another 9-speed programmed transmission expected to support the fuel mileage a bit. We drove the new GLS in the Austrian Alps, where we observed it to be generally agile in the tight bends, notwithstanding its size, almost 17 feet long. Its ride is smooth on standard air suspension, and it handles like a significantly littler vehicle. There are 4 models, 3 of them with 4MATIC all-wheel drive, each with an alternate motor, 1 diesel, 1 V6 and 2 V8s, all turbocharged. They are the GLS 350D 4MATIC, GLS 450 4MATIC, GLS 550 4MATIC, and the AMG GLS 63 Uber Execution Sports SUV. The GLS 350D utilizations a 3.0-liter V6 turbodiesel making 255 strength and 455 pound-feet of torque. The GLS 450 utilizations a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 making 362 horsepower and 369 pounds-to-foot. The GLS 550 utilizations a 4.7-liter twin-turbo V8 making 449 pull and 516 pound-feet. It's the toe ace of the line, if not the class. What's more, on the off chance that you need to give 6 youthful soccer players a genuine excite, pack them into the 577 pull AMG GLS 63, and pound the throttle so they can feel 561 pound-feet of torque under their butts, and hear the yell of its 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8. There is an accessible rough terrain bundle that raises the ground freedom from 8.5 to 12.0 inches. So it can look ruthless, way huge and way high. The GLS offers room in each of the 3 lines, an uncommon thing with any SUV. Truth be told, 2 6-footers can fit in the 3rd push situate, with satisfactory headroom in the groom, despite the fact that it will take some deftness to get back there. The 50/50 third column overlap on each favor the push of a power catch, and when the second line is additionally collapsed, manual or power, there's nearly as much load space as a Cadillac Escalade with long wheelbase. The GLS 350D, with its diesel motor, gets the best mileage of the models, EPA evaluated at 22 miles for each gallon combined city and interstate. The GLS 450 with its V6 gives 17/22/19ths of a mile per gallon city/highway/combined. The GLS 550 with its V8 is appraised 14/18/16ths of a mile per gallon, and the AMG GLS 63 gets only 14 miles for each gallon combined. Yet what do you expect with 577 humongous strength? The administration and protection industry haven't crash-tried the GLS due to its low volume, yet little uncertainty it won't beat the competition in a crash with another vehicle, or perhaps a block divider. Standard well-being gear incorporates 6 airbags in front, side drapery airbags reaching out to the 3rd line, and the Collision Prevention Assist Plus program, that cautions the driver of a conceivable crash with a protest ahead, and applies the brakes if the driver doesn't react rapidly enough. Lineup. The 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLS incorporates the GLS 350D, GLS 450, GLS 550, AMG GLS 63. Discretionary security frameworks incorporate active blind spot assist, active lane keeping assist that pulls on the directing wheel when sensors believe you're meandering, and programmed braking for people on foot you may miss. Discretionary lavish highlights incorporate warmed and cooled cup holders, ventilated front seats, Designo cowhide upholstery, and Harman, Kardon or Bang & Olufsen sound frameworks. Walk around. The 2017 change to the substance of the GLS influences it to look bolder, with a more extensive grille with 2 bars that resemble a biplane wing, a greater 3-point start token, racier air dam, 2 long power swells on the hood, and all the more forcefully etched bumpers. In any case, despite everything it looks dated, a similar upright square-shaped shape with vertical back end that has been there for a long time. At any rate, the styling indicates more class and less chrome than some extravagance SUVs. The lights, front and back, guards, and amalgam wheels are additionally upgraded for 2017. Taillamps and DRLs are currently LED. The GLS 550 has bumper flares around 21-inch wheels, while the AMG GLS 63 has its own body pieces. There are outside bundles that include things like covers, running sheets, and side folds that don't sound exceptionally Mercedes. Get a kick out of the chance to us. Inside. The lodge of the GLS enormous, agreeable, and nearly as flexible as a minivan while being significantly more extravagant. The surfaces and trim are tops. The inside palette ranges from dark calfskin with piano dark dash to ginger beige and espresso brown. Lighter shades of calfskin and trim influence the lodge to feel more vaporous, as does the discretionary glass sunroof that is so enormous it stretches out finished the backseat. The instrument board, reassure, directing haggle screen have been updated. The screen now ascends from the dash like different Mercedes autos and SUVs. There are two huge every computerized instrument behind the directing wheel, isolated by a little information board. The command framework infotainment handle is on the inside. Reassure? The metal-trimmed vents emerge for their rectangularity, as most new vehicles have round vents these days. The front seats are remarkably agreeable, with standard warmth and 8-way control. Accessible solaces incorporate 4-mode shiatsu while you drive, from ease back to quick and lively. Wide back entryways make it simple to move in and out. The second line flips and overlap with an element called easy entry, either a manual handle or a power actuator that is noisier than we would anticipate from a Mercedes. With the seats up there's just 16 cubic feet of load situated in back, yet with the third push down there's 49.4 cubic feet. With the 50-50 split power collapsing third column of seats up, the GLS has an unassuming 16 cubic feet of payload space. Flip them forward and that ascends to 49.4 cubic feet, and with the two columns collapsed there's an extremely roomy 93.8 cubic feet. The GLS is peaceful inside at 70 miles per hour, regardless of its blocky optimal design. Indeed, even the open sunroof doesn't include much breeze clamor. Driving impression. The GLS is a standout amongst the most creative full-estimate SUVs on the planet. Out and about, it doesn't feel 17 feet long, without a doubt. It feels relatively like a C-Class car. Its standard Airmatic air suspension conveys a delicate ride, superior to the Escalade or any SUV with a live back hub, and particularly in comfort, the default mode. In the parking area, you'll know for beyond any doubt it's 17 feet long. However, its light directing makes it simple to move, and its 40.7-foot turning circle is tight for its size. In the Austrian Alps, where we drove the new GLS, we could hurl it around the climbing clip turns. There is some body roll, however there's a discretionary active curve framework that electronically hardens the front and back hostile-to-move bars. We drove a model with this framework, and discovered we favored the GLS without it, since it felt more regular. We additionally favor the standard 19-inch haggles, instead of the enormous wheels with low-profile tires that include ricochet. The variable proportion directing on standard haggles doesn't convey a considerable measure of input, yet its protection is about right. The three all-wheel drive 4MATIC models utilize the new 9-speed programmed transmission, yet the capable AMG GLS 63 needs the beefier and more established 7-speed program. There's some turbo slack in the majority of the motors, and the 9-speed utilizes that slack time to kick down a few apparatuses when you floor it, for instance on a turnpike on-ramp. The tall 9th apparatus keeps the RPM beneath 2000 at turnpike speeds. The dynamic select dial empowers 5 drive modes. There's comfort, sport, slippery, we like the name of that one, off-road, and individual, to blend the capacities to individual inclinations. We think this last one is needless excess, somewhat complex for proprietors, and excessively exact on the grounds that street surfaces change so rapidly. The accessible off-road engineering bundle includes a 6th mode, Off-Road Plus, with a locking focus differential and extra decrease apparatus to empower a creep over rough ground. It likewise lifts the GLS to 1 foot of ground freedom. Solace is the default mode, and it's a decent one, for family outings and great efficiency. In any case, We cherished Sport mode in the Alps. It gives a group more power, hardens up the suspension, and makes the guiding heavier and more tightly. We utilized Slippery mode also, confronting some frigid streets and cold Tyrolean mountain trails. Our GLS was certain and beyond any doubt footed, running down slopes at 25 to 35 miles per hour in rutted snow, as the electronically monitored slowing mechanisms halted the enormous SUV rapidly. Because of its advanced gadgets controlling the vehicle's energy and footing conveyance, the GLS will be more secure in American winters than pretty much any vehicle we can consider. Rundown. The Mercedes-Benz GLS isn't without contenders for the crown of extreme full-measure extravagance SUV, yet when you take a gander at every class, it's reliably up there. 4 motor decisions give it adaptability, 4 participants in sub-classifications. We can't perceive any deal breakers, aside from perhaps cost. Driving impressions by the Car Connection.